we want to explore the concepts of project challenge and adoption challenge a little bit further. So the phrase project challenge describes the solution that you need to design, develop, and deliver that solves the problem or addresses an opportunity. In contrast, adoption challenge is really a people-oriented expression of the change, and it describes what we're ultimately trying to achieve, which is adoption and usage of the solution by members of the impacted groups. And as per the unified value proposition that you just saw, we need to be able to ensure that both of these challenges are addressed to ultimately realize the organizational benefits of a change. Let's explore this further through an example, Lisa.
Yeah, so this is an example of a project challenge and adoption challenge. This is a healthcare example. A colleague of mine was working on a project they called Project Whiteboard, and their project challenge was to install whiteboards at patient bedsides in hospitals. And they were doing this really because it improves two-way communication in hospitals between patients, families, and care providers. When there's good communication, patients get better and go home sooner, which in the healthcare world is good care and discharge planning. And I think this example really illustrates that what you name your project really matters. It can send people some really powerful messages about where you're focused. And another really sort of simple example I can think of is I have a colleague of mine who was engaged to work on a change management project called Automated Shift Callout. And he quickly worked to reframe and rename that project. He worked with the sponsor and project manager to call it Your Shift, Your Way. And that instantly highlighted the what's in it for me for every employee participating in that change. It was a much more people-oriented expression of that change. So we're going to play a game with all of you to make sure you understand this concept. I'm going to share with you a pair of challenge statements, and you're going to drop a pin on the statement you think describes the adoption challenge. So here's our first one. Statement A, enable a parent company and subsidiaries to function as a unified team. Statement B, implement an ERP system with standard business processes and data. So you're going to drop a pin on the adoption challenge. What are we seeing here, Andy?
Well, it looks like we're starting to see a favorite emerge, which is A, enable a parent company and subsidiaries to function as a unified team. It's
correct. A is the correct answer. And I think B is probably all too common. I think we've all worked on changes that are just named for the technology platform we're installing. Let's give you another one as well. This is another pair of statements. Statement C is to reorganize a line of business model to a geographic site-based model. Statement D, enable local level authority and decision-making to be attuned to unique community needs.
So it looks like we've got a pretty quick response on this one. And the adoption challenge is identified as option D by most of our participants. All of our participants who voted so far.
I love it. Not, very, very clear favor for D, which is correct. And yeah, the reorganization is simply how they're going to get there. So this is really great. I'm glad this concept you guys have got a firm grasp on. You will often hear Prosci ask you what the adoption challenge is. And this is just our way of prompting you to think about how you're framing up that challenge.